All right. So I did chapter 13, which was Mind the Gaps, Global Problems, Outspace, Intuitions. I got a Kahoot.
Perfect.
If you want to join it.
I love Kahoots.
I also enjoy Kahoots.
We got Connor. Are you joining? Just waiting on one.
Oh my gosh.
Just waiting on one. And here we go. All right. Are you ready? Okay, so here's question one. It's are institutional gaps dot dot dot
Growing, decreasing.
stopping or kind of working?
I'm gonna go. She's not telling.
Yes, everyone got that right. They are growing.
Why are they not?
Yo.
So, number two. What do many observers believe globalization does? Puts profits ahead of the people. Number three.
Malawi.
In Malawi, there are people that cannot afford a $1 treatment, so they die. Yes, that is true.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
What does WTO stand for? It doesn't show the video.
Gonna show media.
Well, we all got that one right.
Yeah.
And then there's a little clip explaining what it is.
Which regulates international trade since January the 1st, 1995. The World Trade Organization is the entity which regulates international trade since January the 1st, 1995. The main goal of the WTO is creating a level playing field by setting and enforcing rules so that the 164 countries which are currently members can trade with one another smoothly. Here's how things work. 1. In theory, rules can be created or altered through a majority vote, but in most cases, such decisions are reached unanimously. 2. Whenever disputes arise, the WTO tries to resolve them through negotiations. 3. If necessary, the organization can even impose sanctions on countries which break the rules. All of this might sound great, but like any other organization out there, the WTO also received criticism because 1. Some citizens believe letting the WTO create rules that their country has to follow is undemocratic. 2. In certain cases, the WTO risks hurting people to protect business interests. For example, poor countries that can't afford expensive patented medicine, such as HIV drugs, had to wait until patents expired before producing or buying cheaper generic versions. Eventually, the WTO enabled them to bypass patent regulations during national emergency situations. 3. In other cases, the WTO ends up being accused by businesses. For example, by pharmaceutical companies which complain that if countries declare a national emergency to bypass patent regulations for more and more drugs, they cannot recover the money they invested to innovate and create these drugs, and as such, research and innovation are discouraged. As can be seen, the job of the WTO is anything but easy, and therefore, controversy will always surround this organization.
There's that.
I understand.
Moving on. How many people die from AIDS each year? Only one got that correct. It's 2 million. Kayla is on fire. What is the average life expectancy for people living in Malawi?
$9 trillion.
You never know. It's 43.
Jeez.
43. Alright.
43 people what?
What?
What's the?
43 years old.
Life expectancy.
Yeah, for people in Malawi.
Why?
What?
Why?
Because they're too poor to afford any type of medication when they get sick.
Hate to see it.
It's a shame, it really is.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate for poor people.
There we go. What is the primary cause that these people are dying of these diseases? Tyler just gave you that answer. Yeah, they're too poor. Where do institutional gaps also exist? And two go between Connor and Scully. That's not it. It's between the rich and poor. How many people die each year from tuberculosis? It is 1.6 million.
I have to way too high.
Hmm?
Now I'm 4. Oh my god.
It's last.
This is bullshit.
All right. What percentage of people in Malawi live below the poverty line? %53. What kind of states have capacity gaps?
Connor Palmer.
It is strong and weak. Weak states. They both have capacity gaps.
What's the capacity gap?
I'll get to that later. World population expected to grow to what in the next 15 years? Yeah.
Jeez.
9 billion people. Alright. How many children under the age of 5 die each year to preventable diseases or causes? It is 7 million. That's due to the lack of money. Ethical gaps. That's it. Large and growing, small, Bruno, or not growing? They are large and growing. And I think we have our last question right here. How many categories of institutional gaps are there?
I hate this game.
Correct, there are 5, and those 5 are capacity, jurisdictional, participation, legitimacy, and ethical value gaps.
Can you repeat those?
Capacity gaps,
Okay.
jurisdictional,
Okay.
participation,
Okay.
legitimacy,
Okay.
and ethical value.
Thanks.
Now I have one more video. Show you Kayla won, by the way, by a
Gotta
landslide,
go.
by like 8,000 points. Alright. So this is just a video that shows you the 10 poorest countries in the world.
Top 10 poorest countries in the world. Number 10, Afghanistan. Almost 50% of the population survive on less than $1 per day. Afghanistan has made its way to being the 10th poorest country in the world due to war, no export can be traded with this crippled country. Number 9, Madagascar. Fourth largest island in the world, Madagascar is a beautiful country with hundreds of animals and plants that are only found on the island. Tourism could be an enormous asset for the economy of Madagascar, but with the constant political turmoil, the industry is nosediving. The average person survives on $1 per day.
Number 8, Malawi. Malawi depends on outside assistance to survive. The poverty level is astounding. Hundreds die every day from hunger and dehydration. People eat ants, beetles, and raw fish. 17 million people live in Malawi. Child abuse and other human rights violations have been documented. Number 7, Nigeria. Nigeria is ranked last on the United Nations Human Development Index. It is a landlocked country with little access to education, poor healthcare, and extreme poverty. Nigeria receives over 80% of its budget in aid from foreign countries. Number 6, Central African Republic. Number 6 on the list has a huge potential to be one of the richest due to having resources available such as uranium and diamonds, but unfortunately is one of the poorest. The income per capita is only $400 per year. Number 5, Eritrea. Small country in the Horn of Africa, Eritrea has a wide variety of natural resources at its disposal, from gold and silver to marble. Even a country so rich in resources can be poor. Its political structure and infrastructure is non-existent. Travel and movement around the country is extremely difficult without efficient roads. Number 4, Liberia. Illegal poaching of endangered species, widespread disease and famine, pollution, political corruption, and many other negative actions contribute to Liberia being the 4th poorest country in the world. Number 3, Burundi. Since 1970, there have been 2 mass genocides in Burundi that left millions dead. Burundi is decades behind the rest of the world in regards to communication and technology, and there is little access to education. AIDS is widespread, and only 2% of the population has a bank account. Coffee and tea are their main exports, but not enough is produced to maintain a steady cash flow. Number 2, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a country with a high crime rate, as well as being one of the poorest countries in the world. Political corruption, human rights violations, mass murders, and those that oppose the government, it all makes up the cocktail that leads to its number 2 position on the countdown. Number 1, the 11th largest country in the world by area and home to over 75 million people. Congo is also the world's poorest country. It is a country rich in natural resources. However, there is no political stability, and at least some portion of the country has been engaged in civil war since the 1960s. The healthcare system is non-existent, and disease and famine wipe out an estimated 47,000 people every month. Time for the question of the day. Considering all that is just terrible and awful in parts of some of these poor countries, would you ever consider hitting a life savings of say $200,000 and just move it to one of these countries and living like a king for the rest of your life? Let us know and leave your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button to see more awesome top 10 clips. We come out with top 10 videos just for you every week. Yes, you. Be sure to give this clip a thumbs up. Go ahead and check out one of our other top 10 videos you see on the screen now.
Alright. That's all I got.